Again, Zeina Khodr has been following the NTC fighters over the past few days. Zeina, so what we heard earlier was they are claiming a tactical pullback. How do you see the situation?
Well, the guns and the tanks, they've fallen silent. You talk to commanders here, they say this is a tactical withdrawal. We achieved our initial objectives. According to them, their objectives was to create some sort of a corridor to allow families who remain trapped inside to escape. What we did see this morning, dozens of families actually flee Sirte, but we understand that 20 families were prevented from doing so from Gaddafi loyalists. The commanders also telling us that they want to secure the periphery of Sirte and prevent Gaddafi's men from fleeing this coastal city. So this is what they're saying, but another commander actually told us that they didn't have enough men to hold the territory. Now, where we're standing really is at the edge, the western edge of Sirte, where they pushed into, is just right behind me, approximately 4 kilometers at the edge of the city center. And what we saw for ourselves really was fierce and intense gun battles between anti-Gaddafi fighters and loyalists. The loyalists really put up a very fierce fight, and both sides were using heavy weapons, mortars, rockets, and really the snipers slowed the advance of the NTC fighters, and they suffered a lot of casualties, up to 9 of them killed and some 90 others wounded. They could have pulled back because of NATO as well. We cannot rule this out because since the early hours of the morning, NATO jets have been patrolling above in the skies. They have been targeting some Gaddafi positions, and I also have to mention that there has been some sporadic shelling. Anti-Gaddafi fighters have been launching rockets into the city of Sirte right behind me.
So, Zeina, this is not the first time that the anti-Gaddafi forces have been driven back from Sirte. It's clear that what they're facing in the heart of that town is some very significant armories and determination to hold the town. Having said that, then, how do they get out of this situation? How can we amend this approach in order to finish off this final end game, if you like?
Well, like you mentioned, Gaddafi does enjoy support in Sirte. It's not just a question of mercenaries, African mercenaries, who anti-Gaddafi fighters actually say that, scores of them are inside Sirte. He does enjoy, support from the population, especially from the Gaddafi tribe. And according to the fighters here, what they've been telling us is that they believe that they're putting up this fierce resistance because Mu'tasim Gaddafi, the son of Muammar Gaddafi, is actually holed up inside Sirte. This is going to be a very difficult fight. Commanders saying that they're going to hold meetings for the rest of the day, discuss the possibility of sending even more troops. But what they need is to attack from more than one direction. Yesterday, they were pushing from this side. They're going to have to push from more than one direction to put more pressure on Gaddafi's forces. So this is not going to be a battle like we witnessed, for example, in Zawiya, because in Zawiya there was anti-Gaddafi fighters already, sitting inside just waiting for external support to arrive, and then they would rise up against the state. They're going to go in and face people who are still supporting the fugitive Libyan leader, and this could take time, and the longer this takes, really, it just puts more pressure on these fighters. And I think what's important also to point out is that it's just the people of Misrata who are waging this battle. The fighters from Misrata, they're not getting any support from elsewhere, not from Tripoli, not from Zawiya, not from the Western Mountains. Nothing like what we saw in Zawiya and in Tripoli.
All right, Zeina Khodr, live from the outskirts of Sirte. Thanks, Zeina.